Buju, Wache, Seguli Sego, Tanse, Kolamalsi, all of the greetings this afternoon as we have this beautiful day of celebration to honor these beautiful graduates. Buju, Binige Gijik, Indigenous Kas, Mang Odem, Ujibwe, Wadawadami, Maumina Shnabe and Dao, Deshkan Zibi and Dunjaba, Bekajanong and Daniel Deliri, Jaganashi Nozwin. My colonized name is Danny Deliri. I was a big fan of Muhammad Ali back in the day, and he always used to say my slave name. So I said, well, for Indigenous people, it should be our colonized name. So my colonized name is Danny Deliri, but I go by Bindige Gijik, and most people just call me Bean or Beaner or Bindige or some variation of my name. And some people don't know me as Danny Deliri, and some people are like, oh, I didn't know that was your name. And then some people are like, I only know you as Bean. When they said Danny Deliri, I didn't know who they were talking about. So I have alternate personas out there, I guess. I'm an alumni of Western, and so I'm happy to be here today on this special occasion where we get to have this Indigenous graduation ceremony. And we get to recognize from our community, from the community that's here at Western, but also the community that surrounds Western, and we get to recognize the special accomplishment of all the graduates here today. So it's a great day, and so as we begin today, we're going to look to our drum first, the Eagle Flight Singers from right here in London, Ontario, as they're going to give us that welcoming song, that first song to open us up, reconnect us to the earth and to our Mother Earth's heartbeat. So as they sing this song, we'll ask you to please rise and in recognition of the drum and this song to carry us through the day. Eagle Flight, a beautiful song. At this time, we're going to turn it to our elder. You can please be seated at this time. We're going to turn over to our elder, visiting elder who has participated here at the university for many years, and we know that she's helped many students in their journey, being that grandmother voice, that auntie voice, to help the students through those troubling times. So please welcome at this time Myrna Kiknaswe, Bikejwanang territory.
Oh, Chimigwech. It's good to see all of you here. This is a very beautiful moment in time that we can all participate in this greeting of these new ones. These ones that are leading us into the future. Those ones are paving the way for those ones coming behind them, all the ones that are not yet born. All of these things are very important for all of us. And I pay honor and respect all of you for doing that work to bring us to this point in 2023. It's very important to understand that we're all here and we're all connected. The four colors of man, we're all connected as one being, one human being on this creation. We are there right now at that point that we are all connected. So I ask you, I'm going to introduce myself and then I'm going to have a prayer. And while we're having the prayer, I ask you to put your feet flat on the floor so that you can have that connection to who you are with the Spirit, because we all are connected to Spirit. We are all connected, and that's the way we all are. Sometimes we forget. Sometimes we think we don't have time, but take a moment every day. Every day you take that moment to connect with Spirit, because when in reality, that's who you're really working for. Even though you may be out here, somebody's working at this university or they're out this way, these fellows are singing, but we're all connected to that Spirit, and we all have our instructions, our original instructions of how to live life and how to be in this creation. So if you can take a few moments, I'll introduce myself and I'll do the opening prayer. And when you breathe, remember you breathe in all the positive stuff of creation. It's there. It's for all of us. And when we blow it back out our mouth, then we let go of anything negative that might be blocking us from moving forward with our lives. Anything that's connected in not a good way to who we are as original people of the land. Okay. Oh, wana bajona de my maganaduk, ishkote makasan kwandis nikas mondo dem, Bikejwanang and Dunjaba, Buddha Wadami Odawa Nishnavi Kwanda, Nisvi Medema. Oh, Chimigwech Kashemnado, for this most beautiful day, for this most wonderful life, for being here with us as we work together and celebrate life and celebrate the accomplishments of these ones that are here with us today, and all those ones who could not come here at this time. Watch over all of them. Say Chimigwech Kashemnado for all the things we see and all those things we cannot see. For the wind, the rain, the ice, the snow, the rocks, and the fire. The four-legged, the two-legged, the winged ones that fly in the air, things that crawl on the earth, things that swim in the water. I say Chimigwech and Mami Gwendom for all of those things. Chimigwech for the trees and the grasses, the medicines and the herbs, the fruits and the vegetables. Chimigwech. Chimigwech for the four-legged, the two-legged, the winged ones that fly in the earth, things that crawl in the earth, things that swim in the water. Chimigwech for the spiritual leaders around the world. Chimigwech for their songs, their ceremonies, their drums, the sakers, and all those teachings that they have for us. Help us to pick up those things that were left behind for us to pick up, those things that our ancestors, the ones who walked on this land before us, left behind for us. I say Chimigwech and Mami Gwendom for those ones who left those things for us at this time. I say Chimigwech for the sun that travels across the sky during the day, the moon that travels across the sky during the night. Chimigwech for our most precious Mother Earth. She's the one that provides that sustenance for us. The water we drink, the air we breathe, and the food we eat. She's the one that holds all of the knowledge of those who have walked on this creation before. She is the one that keeps us grounded in our connection to all of spirit and the world. All those levels above the earth, all the levels below, and the earth itself. I say Mommy Gwendolyn for her, for doing all of her hard work for us. I say Chimigwech for the 4 colors of man, the yellow, the red, the black, and the white. Chimigwech for all the songs and the ceremonies, and those ones that are standing over us right now from those 4 directions, looking at us and saying, keep going, do this work so the ones coming behind you will find their way, to find their way through their identity of who they are as original people of this land. I say Chimigwech to you. Watch over us and keep us all safe. Chimigwech. Nakanagana, all my relations. Aho Miigwech.
Miigwech Morna. The university has come a great ways since I went to school here, and a number of us who have graduated as alumni. The university has come great strides and made great strides to indigenizing and putting those individuals in places that can help to inform the movement of the university, that can help inform the way that the university thinks and operates. And one of those individuals is none other than Mrs. Dr. Christy Brissett, Vice Provost, Associate Vice President in Indigenous Initiatives for Western University. Please welcome Dr. Christy Brissett as she gives us a words of welcome.
Bonjour everyone. So neta no kikwe Indigenous cause, kiko nandunjuba, majika dodem, Anishinaabe kwe endao. So my spirit name is Hardworking Woman. I'm also known as Christy Brissett, but I'm from Kettle and Stony Point First Nation, member of the Anishinaabe Nation, and from the Turtle Clan. And I'm so very happy to welcome you to Western today on behalf of Western in my role. It's a new role at Western, an inaugural role, and that role is titled Associate Vice President and Vice Provost for Indigenous Initiatives. It's a long title. Basically, I am supporting the work at senior levels on the academic side of the house and then also on the operational side of the house at Western. So what my role entails is at all administrative tables ensuring that Indigenous perspectives are first and foremost, ensuring that your concerns that are brought to me and from the community are articulated and addressed at those tables. The work for reconciliation is a big job. Colonial institutions like Western go way back to a time when, when the lands were just taken over and institutions were put here. So now it's a time to go back. It's time to sit with that truth, the impact of colonization in our communities, and it's time to go back and talk about whose voices are missing, whose land this is, whose perspectives need to be here. So all of that work of truth and reconciliation, it's difficult, it's challenging work, but it's critically important. And I'm really pleased that here at Western we have a community who every day is growing in terms of allies and people wanting to support, people realizing the colonial path and knowing how we need to move forward from that. But before we move forward, we do need to sit with the painful truth. And that's a big part of the work that we're doing here at Western. And a lot of that work is being done through the Office of Indigenous Initiatives and also through the staff. We've got an amazing staff here who support. So I just want to welcome you here, and at the same time I also want to thank our elder this morning, or this afternoon, for her great words, for always grounding us and getting us started in a good way. It's really important to be mindful about where we're at, what we're thinking about, And thank you to the drum for the beautiful song today. It is a great day as we celebrate. So I look across the room, I see so many beautiful faces. I see partners, I see moms and dads, children, just a huge community of support to be here and acknowledge you as graduates. Just want to acknowledge everyone who has worked so hard to support you and also acknowledge you and all the work that you have done. What you've done is really beautiful, bringing together Indigenous worldviews alongside Eurocentric views and moving that forward so that it benefits all people of all the four colors that Myrna spoke to. So I just want to thank you all for being here today and also acknowledge this beautiful new place, the Lodge. This is our first celebration for graduates in this space. Back when I was a student here in the 90s, we did not have this space. We didn't have the extent of the amazing services that are offered through the Indigenous Student Centre. We didn't have a very, very, very few Indigenous faculty. Those numbers are really growing. We've got a member of our Indigenous faculty with us today, Dr. Rebecca Jacques. Just a significant growth in terms of Indigenous perspectives here. So I just want to welcome you and again thank you and wish you all the very best and congratulate you for the work that you've done. So miigwech to you all.
Miigwech, Christy. Just, I was thinking about some graduations. I didn't attend my own graduation here. I didn't attend many graduations. I didn't go to my high school graduation. I went to one college graduation, and it was nice. But I was thinking back, and I see Laura over here, Spiro. We were a part of the Nimkin-Napawagan Healing Center for many years, and we had graduations every 4 months. And, you know, they were beautiful ceremonies, lots of happiness, lots of joy, but also lots of sadness. Because these youth who had come down to our healing center, our healing lodge, were going back home, and many of them were going back to very hard communities and hard places. And I was thinking about those graduation ceremonies that we were a part of. They were beautiful, they were joyous occasions, but also there was a sad component to those. But today is all about happiness, joy, celebration, and about moving forward and what you're going to do next. Because the next question is, well, what you going to do? J-O-B. The word of the day is J-O-B. That's what your parents are thinking anyway. So parents, aunties, uncles, grandparents are thinking J-O-B. Time to get a job. No, just kidding. But it is. But at this time, we want to call forward our keynote speaker. Our keynote speaker for today is Ethan Thomas. Ethan Thomas is Mohawk Nation Bear Clan from Six Nations of the Grand River. Ethan is a Western alumni who recently earned his Bachelor of Education and Bachelor of Arts honor specialization in First Nations 2018. Additionally, he received a diploma in Gayagohon. I took Oneida for like many years, but I'm having a tough time with that one. It's a Cayuga. I love the sound of Cayuga. Cayuga is a beautiful language to listen to. But it must be a Cayuga language program, I'm assuming. He is currently teaching his Gayagohon immersion program at the school he attended as a child. So please welcome Ethan Thomas, Mohawk Nation Bear Clan.
Scano Seguego, Taiwan Legate Negaso, Nugway Nivagi Shouda, Kanyak Kyono, Nimakwenzo da, Oswega, Sanki Jo, Asani Wasa, Niwak Shiago. So hello everyone, my name is Taiwan Legate. Or Ethan Thomas. I'm a Cayuga language speaker. Like you said, I'm a Western alumni here. And I'm honored to be here today and to see as many graduates as there are today. And where I'd like to start today is with the Ganyohonyo, and which is the Thanksgiving address. And the reason why I want to start with that is to bring our minds together and to give thanks to creation. So that's where I'm going to start. I would ask if you could please remove your hats. That'd be much appreciated. Dan and Dan against Scott Dan, that's what down CEOs eat. Dan and Dan against Scott Dan, that's what down CEOs eat. I want to go awado. Nehen doi ho canto, so go yidi son guave canyono. Nene always at Tiano to Natanyo. Nedi ne and doi hig, ya Scott and Dwaya, Guatnigoha. Scott did well in a honyo, Nitagani opto, Guatnigoha. Dani and Wacho, set on Wednesday, Donoha, the Don Hunqua. Nitakan, Howe, Wego, Hayanto, Nanto, Wednesday, Nidine, and Wadewayanoni, the Dwan Honyo, set on Wednesday, Nitagani opto, and Guanigo. Dani and Wachowi, Ne, and Dwan Krahno, Ne Anokocha, Nidine, and Wadewayanoni, Quego, the Dwan Honyo, Nitagani opto, and Guanigo. Dani and Wachowi, Ne yani yonta, Gisonda, Gowadigone, Nidine and Wadewayanoni, Quego, the Dwan Honyo, Ne Tagani Opton, Angwanigoha. Dani and Watrowi, Ne Adehadoni, Ne Gani, Owadigone, Ne Owata, Nidine and Wadewayanoni, Quego, the Dwan Honyo, Ne Tagani Opton, Angwanigoha. Dani and Watrowi, Ne Ne Kanheko, Ne Nidine and Odawayanoni, Quego, the Dwan Honyo, Ne Tagani Opto, and Guatnigoha. Dani and Watrowi, Ne Cadino, Gadiak Sanagates, Ne Cadiganon Gates, Nidine and Odawayanoni, Diatina Honyo, Ne Tagani Opto, and Guatnigoha. And Ani and Watrowi, Ne Aneganos, Awe O, Aganya Dayo, Agatnigowana, say, Agihandanyo, Ne Nini Au, Nawado, Nidine and Wayanoni, Diatino Honyo, Ne Tagani Opto, Aguanigoha. Dani and Watrowi, Ne Sa Deowani, Nidine and Wayanoni, Diatino Honyo, Ne Tagani Opto, Aguanigoha. And Dani and Watrowi, Ne Adivanota gets a tea so the Atinoqua, Nidine Adi Hawis, Ne Aneganos, Nidine and Wayanoni, the Atinohanyo, Adivanota gets a tea so the Atinoqua, Netagani of Tonk and Guatnigoha. And Dani and Watrowi, Ne and Gakwa gates host can't get to go, said Rocha, the said one honqua. Nini to heart take to sat on Wednesday. Nini the said one honyo, ne Tagani to Aguatnigoha. Dani and Watrowi, ne Asoika and eat targets at Tiso, the Atinonqua. Nini and Odawayanoni, the said the Atinohanyo, Asoika eat targets at Tiso, the Atinonqua. Ne Tagani to Aguatnigoha. And Dani and Watrowi, Ne Ajisandasha, Sangong your targets. Ne what ne need of targets, tank Quego, Digidwindi. Nidine and Wayanoni, De Atina Honyo, Ne Tagani of Tongue, or Guatnigoha. Dani and Watrowi, Ne Sedwagowana, Scanyadayo, Nidine and Wayanoni, De Sedwana Honyo, Ne Tagani of Tongue, or Guatnigoha. Dani and Watrowi, Yanion Guadagi, Adihia Kiono, Deokianido, Nidine and Wayanoni, Deatino Honyo, Yanion Guadagi, Adihia Kiono, Netagani Otto, Onguanigoha. And Dani and Watrowi, Going a de Hanagri, Sangoya Diso, ne dine andore wai no ni de sarwana honyo dane to naga kweni ike ga igeta kanyo dane to. So just to give you a little bit of a background on what I said there is basically giving thanks to all of creation and starting from the people and showing gratitude that we're all here able to meet and to be in such a place. And we also say that in the Ganyo Hanyo that the people who aren't able to be here, we're thinking of them as well, and we hope they are well. And it's one of the first things that we do to bring our minds together and to show gratitude. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do that and start with that is because it's one of my teachings that's how we start, is Haudenosaunee people, is to give thanks and to show gratitude to all the creations. And not only that, it's also taught me like many profound things, the Ganyo Hanyo. And one of the things that it's taught me is even though like the skies might be gray sometimes, or we might be going through a hard time. For example, me doing this speech, I'm a bit nervous if you can't tell. It's my first time doing it, but you got to push it. You never know what you're capable of doing until you do it. But the Ganyo Hanyo has taught me that, even if there's you're going through a bad time, there's still things to be thankful for, and creation's still doing their job. Its job for us. Like the sun is always there, even if there's clouds behind it, and we still have many things to be thankful for. And I'm thankful to see so many Indigenous graduates. It makes me super positive, like thinking about the future and where we can go, because a lot of it for us is we need to build more, like capacity building, getting our people into these spaces. And to give you a background on like just myself and my educational journey, I started in high school. I was put in essentials because I took Gaya Kono, like I grew up doing immersion. Gaya Kono is Kyuga. And so I was fast-tracked to, or not fast-tracked, I was tracked into essentials, which would not have gotten me into university or even trades for that matter. It would have been difficult. But I still stay positive and push forward and advocated for myself and said, no, like I want more for myself than what my guidance counselor was trying to do to me at the time. But so even if someone tells you no, doesn't mean you have to listen to them. You can still do it. Anyways, so after that, I had to take a program at Six Nations Polytech, a university access program. So that was a one-year program. I took that there, failed some classes as well, but that comes along with it as well as education and journey. You win some, and yeah, you lose some, but you just gotta get back right up and then brush off the dust and keep going, and then keep your vision alive, like what you want to do in your heart. Excuse me for a second. All right, so, and then I applied to a couple of different schools. I really wanted to come here, Western. It was my dream school. So I put it out there in the universe. I just kept thinking about it. And first, I got my letter from Brock. I was happy about that. And then I was like, okay, Western, anytime. I'm about to accept Brock. Then it finally came in the mail, but it didn't come with confetti like Brock. So I was a little bit disappointed in that, but I was happy to get a offer letter to attend such a great school, and I came here for my bachelor's of arts, and I took First Nations studies. I was in psychology for a bit there. It was my minor, but I had to drop that and change, and because it was bringing my grades down, and and then I wanted to get honors in First Nation studies. Some of my best times were at the Indigenous Service Center, and just cooking, or it really felt like family there. So thank you very much, and to our elders there too. Now I like to say now to all of you, because without you, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't accomplish the things I have so far, and I am truly grateful for you as well. And so I was working here, and it was like a big journey for me, being a res kid, coming to the city for my first time, trying to learn the bus. LTC is terrible, as we all know. But one of my first experiences is riding the bus was just me hopping on a bus, thinking it's the right bus, and then somehow I ended up at the airport. But anywho, I just stayed on a bus till I got back to where I was, and then tried again, figured it out. I have one more bus story. So I was on my way to class, and London winters can be fierce. So I could see the bus. It's just approaching my stop, and I'm trying to run there, and then I hit some black ice, and then I see the bus go by, and I'm like, oh. I was like, I'm not going to school that day. So I cut my losses there, but next day I got back up, did it again, knew the black ice was there this time. What else? Yeah, a lot of people also don't talk about the sacrifices you have to make as a student, and the stuff you have to give up, or even people within my own community. Sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, you're just like a city boy now," or stuff like that. So I experienced that as well. You give up time with your family, friends. You miss important milestones of your family, people growing up. Sometimes you miss deaths and births. All of this stuff can be very challenging to navigate, and I give you these props. It's very challenging to do that. I know how hard it is, so great work. Keep on going. And one of the things that helped me is one of my teachings, Ganikuyo, which means to have a good mind. But I think the reason why it helped me is because it teaches you to have a positive mindset. And it's not saying that you always have to have a positive mindset, because sometimes life can be very challenging at times. But it's one of the teachings that has helped me, and also thinking about another teaching from like Haudenosaunee culture, which is like our condolence that we have. It says like sometimes our like we can get so like brought down sometimes by like grief or something that's going on in our life, that we won't be able to see things, or like we won't be able to hear things, or like we'll get stuff like your throat won't work as well, and like it will feel like you can't talk, or like your stomach is like your stomach will be like upset as well. But one of the things it says is like we have like they use a feather to like clean the ears so you can hear again, and then they have other things too as well that we use, but they like have a cloth to wipe the eyes so you can see again. That goes along with like and then they like giving a drink of water so you can speak again, and then to settle your stomach as well. Oh, another thing that I missed while I was in my time here in the city, I missed having like huge big res fires. I wasn't able to do that. It was disappointing. I was thinking about it a couple of times, but I thought the fire department would get called. And then like just being away from the stars too as well, because back home we don't have much light pollution, and you can just look up and see the stars. And so with that, I just want to say, shoot for the stars, aim for your dreams, and even if you miss, you'll still be like amongst the stars.
This time we are going to move to the presentation of stoles and gifts. And so our stole presenter for today is none other than Miss Brandy. I was going to say Brandy Mandy Bragg, academic advisor in the Indigenous Student Center at Western University. Dr. Christy R. Brzett, Vice Provost, Associate Vice President, Indigenous Initiatives, Western University. Debbie Dolson-Young, Post-Secondary Counselor, Chippewa of the Thames First Nation. And Jody Noah, Post-Secondary Manager, Southern First Nation Secretariat. Let's give them a warm welcome this afternoon, our stole and gift presenters. And I'm probably going to mess this last name up, but let's see if we can get through it. So our first graduate, I don't believe, is here with us, but we'll find out in a moment. Spencer Bechtold Kuhn. Oh, sorry. I thought Ashley said him. Sorry, her. Alderville First Nation, Bachelor of Arts with a double major in Indigenous Studies and Classical Studies. Stole color white. I have relatives who are Coons, but from way up James Bay area, Mushkegowuk. All right, give her a round of applause. Spencer. Did you get any photos? Yeah, get photos. Yeah, we got time to take photos. Yeah, yeah. Everybody gets a time to take a photo with the. Yeah, so family, be ready. You can come up and take photos. Oh, Miigwech. Congratulations. Our next recipient, Alicia Folger? Halloween, Bachelor of Arts in Kinesiology, Stole Color White. Yes. Congratulations. I said, take a picture, take a picture. Our next graduate, Angela Green from Wikwemikong, Bachelor of Arts in Kinesiology, Honors Specialization, Stole Color White. Wikwemikong. You gotta say it. You gotta say it as if you're from Wikwemikong. Wikwemikong. Take a picture. Ashton, congratulations. The next graduate, Alyssa Harvey, Malibu First Nation St. George's Band, Bachelor of Science with a double major in Ecosystem Health and Environmental Science, Honors Specialization, Stole Color White. Congratulations. Take pictures, take pictures. The drum was really, the dog was really listening to the drummer there. Wondering what that sound is. Our next graduate, Jack Mendoka Bradley, Chippewas of Kettle and Stony Point First Nation, Bachelor's of Arts in English Literature, Honors Specialization with a minor in Political Science, and the Scholars Electives Module, Stole Color White. Congratulations. All right. Picture. Oh, gift. All right, picture time. All right, congratulations, Jack. Our next graduate, Megan Norris, Cold Lake First Nations, Bachelor of Management and Organizational Studies, Honor Specialization in Accounting, Stole Color White. Give her a round of applause. Picture time. Congratulations, Megan. Our next graduate, Brock Yazbek, Walpole Island First Nation, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Stole Color White. There's a lot of Walpole in the house, a lot of Akedronong in the house. All right, congratulations, Brock. Give him a round of applause. Our next graduate, Andy Albert, Chippewas of the Thames First Nation, Master of Environment and Sustainability, Stole Color Silver. Go Cotfin. Go Cotfin. That's the abbreviation for Chippewas of the Thames, if you don't know. Cotfin. Master of Environment and Sustainability. Cool. All right, give Andy a round of applause. Congratulations. Our next graduate, a cousin of mine, Mackenzie Deliri, Chippewas of the Thames First Nation, Master of Public Health, Schulich School of Medicine and Dentistry, Stole Color Silver. Excellent. Congratulations, Mackenzie. Our next graduate, Kayla Murphy, Walpole Island First Nation, Doctor of Education and Educational Leadership. Stole Color Gold. Oh yeah, photo time. Oh, I'm trying to stay out of the photos. Awesome. Congratulations, Kayla. Yango, you are released. That is all of our graduates. Let's give our graduates another big round of applause. At this time, we want to pay special honor by way of the drum. And the drum in our society is the way of giving that special recognition to those who have achieved great things, those who have persevered in life. And so we're going to call upon the Eagle Flight Singers to give us that appropriate honor song for all of our graduates here in recognition, and have the drum in your community recognize you for the great work that you've done. And so what we're going to ask, if you feel comfortable, is to please stand and then turn towards your family and community who's here supporting you, who's been supporting you all of this time. And you can step back. You don't have to be face to face. You can step back closer to me. That's okay. You don't have to be. And we're going to let the drum pay you that respect and that honor that you've earned through your great work here at university. And we're going to ask the family and community to please rise with them in honor and respect of the great work that they've done. And so with that, we'll turn it over to the Eagle Flight Singers to give that appropriate honor song. for a moment. I want to, we're going to call up our elder. I want to just offer some words from the Indigenous Student Center, as I know we want to try to get people moving. Traffic's going to hit, and it'll take us a half hour to get out of the city. I don't like coming to London anymore. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Well, kind of not really, because the traffic's so bad. Anyways, but I know that the Student Center and all of the Indigenous staff that are a part of the university, how great they feel about your accomplishment, that they had maybe a little hand in helping you along the way, and I know that they're truly grateful for having the opportunity to have met all of you and have been a part of your lives for maybe just a short time. And they're probably really looking forward to what you're going to do next, as it sounds like many of you have some amazing lives ahead of you in careers and opportunities. So just want to share those words on behalf of the Indigenous Student Center, as well as the Wampum Learning Lodge and the Indigenous initiatives here at Western. And so at this time, we're going to call forward our elder to close us out, give us those words of closing. And then just want to make mention that there is a photo booth and other things to take part in before we close out fully.
Oh, that was very magnificent. I could see all of you as you came up here and those things that are inside of you that are sprouting and going to come to surface in the next little while. It's a real honor and a privilege to be here this day. You know, very, very much so. I'm really glad I'm here at this time in your journey. You know, and I'm truly grateful for all of you, because you are the ones that will lead into the future, those ones that are in kindergarten, grade 1, grade 12, all of those little ones that are not yet here. And that's the most beautiful thing to consider, because that's part of the responsibility. Even though you may have siblings and you have children, you as female life, you are now the sisters or the aunties of those ones that are coming behind you. You know, that's your responsibility. And for these young men here, your responsibility, even when you have children, you'll be the father and grandfather and that, but you're also the uncles, the ones that are coming here behind you. You are their uncles, and you have that responsibility to go into the future with, because that's who you are, as being part of the original people of this land. It's your responsibility. And I'm not sure if anyone talked with you about those kinds of responsibilities, but they are very important. You know, I think about way back a few years ago, maybe quite a few years ago, I can't really count the number, but I can remember I was sitting with our elder. He's no longer with us, the leader of the Medewan Lodge, and Eddie Benton Benet. Well, and I sat with him, and I wasn't expecting, I didn't know what to expect. It was a break, and we sort of sitting outside, and he says, you know, I thought, okay, he's going to tell me something I didn't know or wasn't aware of. And he said, you know, when I get up to speak, when I'm in ceremony and when I'm there, I don't know what I'm going to say. And I listened to that, and I said, okay, he's telling me something. I now know what he is saying. It took me a while to figure that out. And what it was is that connection to spirit, which we all have. You know, who are you working for? Who are you really working for here? And that's why I'm talking to all of you about your responsibilities to the next generations in your family. We're working for the spirit. We're working into the one that's guiding our lives, who brought you here to spark that interest of what you need to do for your family and all of creation, because it's there and it's inside of all of us. So wherever you're intended to go, always remember spirit first, whatever that is, wherever you go. So again, I remind you about breathing and staying connected to spirit as I do this closing. Just take a few moments, do a few breaths. You breathe in all the positive energy of creation, and let go of the negativity that may be stored inside your vessel. Bashuma Shomas. Ishkute Makatsan Kwandish the cause, Mondodem, Begetran and Dunjaba, Budawadami Odawa Nishnabi Kwanda, Niswi, Medawan. Chimigwach Kashamnado for bringing us all here together, for opening up our hearts and our minds and our spirits to this most magnificent work that these young ones are doing, to bring forward to this time in creation all your knowledge, your wisdom, your truth, your honesty, and your respect for all humankind, from the world that we live in, through all the four colors of man. You bring all of those joys and happiness and that trust and peace and that tranquility, and the knowledge that we are all equal as one family, one heart, one body, one mind, one spirit, and one soul, as we continue on our journey. I say Chimigwech for all of those ones who have brought us here together, the ones who may be not here at this time. I just give thanks and Mami Gwendam for all the work that they have put into this moment in time in the lives of these individuals. I say Chimigwech to you, Nakanagana, all my relations, aho.
All right. I want to say miigwech to our elder Myrna. Say miigwech, hi to our drum, to our singers for bringing that beautiful sound and that music here and honoring the graduates. So miigwech to our elder and to the drum and to our singers. Miigwech to all of the staff. And let's hear it one more time for all of the graduates that are here. So that brings us to conclusion of the graduation. There's a takeaway lunch. You can grab lunch. Some of you guys already grabbed lunch on the way in. Grab another one on the way out, because I think there's still lots left. There's a photo booth over here, though, so you're welcome to bring your family, your friends. Come take a photo at the photo booth. There's tobacco ties there if you wish to make a tobacco tie to offer to the fire later. And then other than that, have a great day. Take care. Is there a cake?